Chapter 8, To the Rats. The Mouse Council, 13 honored mouse and one very honored head mouse, heeded the call of Leicester's drum. They gathered in a small secret hole off of King Philip's throne room. The 14 mice sat around a piece of wood balanced on spools of thread, and they listened in horror while Despereaux's father related the story of what Furlough had seen. "At the foot of the king," said Leicester. "Her finger on top of his head," said Leicester. He was looking up at her, and it was not in fear. The Mouse Council listened with their mouths open. They listened with their whiskers drooping and their ears flat against their head. They listened in dismay and outrage and fear. What do those words tell you about how the mice feel about Despereaux meeting a human? Outrage.
Mad.
Fear.
Scared. Mad.
Dismay. Horror. Does it sound like the mice feel good about Despereaux meeting a human?
No.
Not just any human, the king and the princess. When Leicester finished, there was silence and a dismal deep. "Something," intoned the most honorable head mouse, "is wrong with your son. He is not well. This goes beyond fevers, large ears, and lack of growth. He is deeply disturbed. His behavior endangers us all. Humans cannot be trusted. We know this must be an indisputable fact. A mouse who consorts with humans, a mouse who would sit at the foot of a man, a mouse who would allow a human to touch him, all here." Oh, the entire Mouse Council indulged in a collective shiver of disgust. Humans cannot be trusted. This is the way of the world, our world. Fellow mice, it is with my fervent hope that Despereaux has not spoken to these humans. But obviously we can assume nothing. And this is the time to act, not wonder. So the Mouse Council is very upset that Despereaux has seen the humans, but he just said, "My hope is that he has not spoken to humans." What do we know, readers?
That he has spoken.
That he did speak to the princess, didn't he? Leicester nodded his agreement, and the 12 other members of the Mouse Council nodded their heads too. "We have no choice. He must go to the dungeon," said the head mouse. He pounded his fist paw on the table. "He must go to the rats immediately." Members of the council, I will now allow you to vote. Those in favor of the mouse Despereaux being sent to the dungeon, say aye. And there was a chorus of sad ayes. Those opposed, say nay. Silence reigned the room. The only noise came from Leicester. He was crying. Reader, can you imagine your own father not voting against you being sent to a dungeon full of rats? Can you imagine him not saying a single word in your defense? Despereaux's father wept, and the most honorable head mouse beat his paw against the table and said, "Despereaux Tilling will appear before the mouse community. He shall hear of his sins. He will be given a chance to deny them. If he does not deny them, he will be allowed to renounce them so that he may go to the dungeon with a pure heart. Despereaux Tilling is hereby called to sit with the Mouse Council." The Mouse Council, to me, reminds me of what?
Government.
The government. It reminds me of the judges. If you do something wrong, he's going before the government or the judges who are going to punish him. At least Leicester had the decency to weep at his act of perfidy. Wait, reader, do you know what perfidy means? I have a feeling you do based on the little scene that has unfolded here. But you should look up the word in your dictionary just to be sure. Perfidy. Perfidy.